Hey everyone, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So today I'm experimenting. I'm doing something kind of new and it's going to take a tiny bit of explaining. So a while back, one of my favorite beauty creators, Louise Poston, she would post these What's Cheering Me Up Now videos, and it was her version of sharing with her audience the things that are giving her joy, but without a monetary focus. The focus was often on the flowers that were giving her joy, or the techniques, or a new routine, and it was a way to focus your mind on the things that were giving you joy versus the things that were giving you sorrow, you know? And so basically, Gina, she took this idea and she adapted it for her channel. So she does What's Cheering Me Up Now videos, and Gina has basically turned this into a tag. And so she challenged myself and a whole bunch of other people to do What's Cheering Me Up Now videos so that we can focus on the positive versus the things that are, you know, annoying us or giving us sorrow. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I thought I would do it over the course of a week. So every day I thought I would check in and tell you a couple of things that have been giving me some joy right now. And believe me, I have a couple of really, really good things to share with you. Often when I've done What's Cheering Me Up Now videos, I start with community things. So let's talk about Booktube stuff that's giving me joy right now. I'm actually going to touch on something that was last month. Last month, Jack from Spread Book Joy, we put on a read-a-thon called Picture This 2022. We have a hashtag. I am going to encourage you to click on the hashtag if I have created a clickable link here in the video somewhere, because when you click on the Picture This 2022 hashtag, you will see all of the creators who were inspired by our read-a-thon and created videos about picture books and picture books for adults to read and enjoy. And that's been a lot of fun. It's been a very different experience. I've never ran a read-a-thon here on Booktube, but hosting it with Jack was absolutely wonderful, absolutely a joyous experience. So that has been giving me a lot of joy. I will encourage you to click on the Picture This 2022 link so that you can see all of everybody's creativity that has used that hashtag. And since we're focusing on cheer this week, I guess we'll kind of just see what I get up to. Outfits of the day give me quite a bit of joy, so I'm gonna share mine with you today. Today, usually it's hot as all heck here in South Carolina. The air is hot, the air is thick, and it doesn't go away. But we had some rain yesterday, 2 days ago, I can't remember, and it really kind of broke that heat barrier, and now it's so much cooler and more comfortable out. So I am wearing a sweater, a very long duster sweater, a tank top, very beautiful earrings that I inherited from my aunt, and some comfy pants, as I like to say, or my 3-year-old likes to say. They're pants that you can move in and crawl around in and pretend that you are a pirate and then a fairy, and they're wonderful. All right, a couple of other things cheering me up, a couple of media things. That's what I think I want to talk about today. The first one I have right in front of me, I love when I have hit the sweet spot. The sweet spot is something that my friend Deb came up with. It is the point in the book in which you really want to pick it up. You're gripped, you're invested, you know what's going on, and you're here for it. And I've hit the sweet spot with a really fantastic book. It's actually a nonfiction book, and it's been fantastic, and so I love being immersed in a really fantastic read. How many times can I say fantastic? But it's also even more wonderful when you've hit the sweet spot with a book you're already getting along with. And that is, oh, there's Harry. That's Wild Swans by Chang. Wild Swans, I'm about 2/3 of the way through. This is my bookmark, and it is just, it's harrowing and informative and educational and easy to read, but not like content-wise it's not easy to read, but like the readability, as far as readability goes, it's like easy to read, easy going. So if you don't know anything about Wild Swans, oh my gosh, let me back up, y'all. If you don't know anything about Wild Swans is about the author Chang, and she's telling the story of her family, mostly following the women in her family. And so it starts in the, I think, 1920s, 1900s. Give me a moment, let me see. I was right in between the two dates. It starts in 1909, and right now I'm in the middle of, well, I'm in the late 60s, late 1960s, and the book, you think it can't get more horrifying or harrowing or heart-wrenching, and it somehow does. So it's following Chang, the author, her story, but she's starting off with telling her grandmother's story. I believe is right there, and it starts with her grandmother's story in 1909, and she's working her way through up to her own story living in China during the 1960s and 1970s, and it is all about communism and their government and the way that China has changed politically and the ramifications of some of the changes that they've made and some of the major events, but you're getting this very intimate view of China's like big events, their notable events. You're getting a more intimate view through the story that she's telling about the woman and her family. And so not only is it a good book, but I hit the sweet spot with it, and I'm really enjoying it. The next piece of media that I wanted to talk about is Harry's making me laugh. He's like staring at birds. I guess that's what's cheering me up right now too. He's staring at birds, and I feel like he just realized that birds existed. Like he and the birds, Harry is my mini schnauzer, by the way, that my dog and the birds in the world, my sweet dog Harry didn't realize that they were a part of the same universe until spring came upon us. And yeah, so it's been really fun watching him eye birds out and think that he can scare them away by his cute little yips. Anyhow, the media that I wanted to talk about was a television show, and it's called Inventing Anna. I picked this up on a whim, I started it on a whim. I started watching it on a whim. It is a mini series on Netflix. It is 9 episodes long, I believe, and it is all about, it's a blend. It's one of those television shows that blends fiction and nonfiction, and you come up with something somewhere in the middle. And I like television shows that do that. I watched Catherine the Great on Hulu that did that mix of fiction and nonfiction. That one was quite fictitious, but then that television show led me to read Catherine the Great by Robert K. Massey, and I loved that book. And so this is another, account of a fictional, where fiction meets nonfiction. And it is the story of a reporter who becomes very interested in a woman named Anna Delvey, who is in jail. She's very young. Anna Delvey is probably in her 20s, and she's known among the elite in New York as Anna Delvey, the German heiress. That she is some sort of rich, wealthy, heiress, and that she is spending her time in New York. And yet, there is a lot of suspicion and a lot of queries about where she got her money, or if her money is even real. And so it's about uncovering that story. And I really enjoyed it. I wanted to know what happened. The showrunner keeps you does a really good job keeping you in suspense for a really long time. I think it was episode 7. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and check. But the show fell apart a little bit for me around episode 7-ish. There was an episode where you change over from like being out in the world trying to figure out the story to the courtroom, and that changing episode where you're going from one to the other didn't work for me, but the rest of the show really did, and it was wonderful and it was amazing, and I just loved it. And then it's one of those things too where, because it mixes fiction with nonfiction, it's making me want to go down this road and read everything I can and watch everything I can about the real Anna Delvey / Anna Sorokin. So yeah, that's the thing that I have been enjoying. The last thing I'm going to mention for today, for this clip, I suppose, is not media related. It's actually the opposite of being media related, and it's my plants. I have been really enjoying my plants lately. I have been planting flowers in the ground that are blooming. I will definitely show you around. I hope that I'm overlaying some clips of plants right now. I bought a couple of house plants recently that I have been very much enjoying. Behind me you can see a cactus. It's actually massive. I have these hanging strawberries that I've had for over a year, and this is the first time that we've actually gotten a strawberry, which is really wonderful. And just generally seeing all of my plants and flowers come alive in the last couple of weeks has given me, or brought me, a lot of joy. Halfway through with my makeup, and of course the way that my brain works, I was like, you know what, I definitely want to check in right now about what's cheering me up right now. So, you know, makeup, getting ready is one of my routine things that always gives me a little bit of joy. And so, you know, I'm definitely demonstrating some cheeriness, or I will in just a moment. But first I wanted to, for this, you know, clip, I wanted to talk about graphic novels. So this month I have been challenging myself to read a bunch of graphic novels. And you will see the month-long project at the end of this month. But this process has been quite a bit of fun, because I've been picking up books that I've been meaning to read. Gracious, words are hard. So I've been picking up books that I've been meaning to read, and finally getting around to reading them. And that's been giving me a lot of joy. Okay, I'm gonna do some eye makeup and I'll come back with my next thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you an outfit of the day once I kind of figure everything else out. I'll show you that, and then we'll head back to the office and I'll finish up this What's Cheering Me Up Now video, including tagging a whole bunch of people. Okay, so today's outfit of the day is always very simple. I'm wearing a dress that is quite fitted. I'm wearing it with a sweater, and I have these really pretty hoop earrings that are probably one of my favorite earrings of the moment. I have this gorgeous coin necklace from my husband and just a plain chain, so it looks more like a layered necklace look. And yeah, mostly the name of the game is comfort and being able to move after, so I can chase after my 6-year-old and my 3-year-old, because they have a lot of energy. Oh, okay, hey guys. Oh my gosh. So that's the next thing that is cheering me up. That, you know, why don't we just launch right into it? So, headphones. My husband, my very sweet and wonderful husband named Tedwell, which is a play off of Thomas Cromwell from the Hilary Mantel series. So Tedwell, my husband, he bought me headphones, and this has been a game changer for me. So I use headphones for a lot of things. I don't want to be like I'm sensitive to noise, but it is so nice to have something that has excellent sound quality and is really comfortable, and it is really special because I am somebody, well, here, I'll tell you what I'm using my headphones for. Get it together, Shelly. So I use my headphones for listening to audiobooks or listening to music, or this has noise canceling properties. And so sometimes if the kids are watching a movie or they're playing and Ted is watching them, and it is my time to read, it's like I have an hour and I'm so excited to read. Sometimes noise can really kind of bother me. And so if I put on headphones and put music on quiet, this blocks just enough sound that the environmental sound of my house, dogs barking, kids playing, husband playing music, or, you know, just the noise of the house, it can kind of dampen that, and then it helps me focus a little bit more. And so I've been really enjoying my headphones for that, and mostly they're just comfortable and wonderful, and the kind of thing I would never buy myself. Actually, my husband and I, we were chatting, and we realized that Ted, he gifts me basically every tech item I own because he's so much more up on that, and he's so much more like organized with that kind of thing, and he knows me really well, and he knows what like I'll use and what I won't use. And so often he'll come up with a gift, and typically I love the gift, but I would never buy it for myself. So this is one of those things. These are AirPod Max headphones. So yeah. The next two items have to do with time and schedules. So the first thing I call my pre-dinner party. So this takes a tiny bit of explaining. Every day, Monday through Friday at least, I pick up my oldest son from kindergarten, and it is in the early afternoon. And what we do is we pick him up. I always have my younger son and Harry, my mini schnauzer, with me. We all are in the car, and we come home, and it is snack time, homework time, playtime, reading time, and it's like this slot in our schedule where we are kind of catching up from the school day and, you know, getting ready for the following school day. Then I feel like we have this lull, and after the lull I need to start dinner so that we have something to eat, and the beginning of dinner kicks off our evening routine. And so sometimes just transitioning from after school time block to pre-dinner, or even like starting dinner time block, sometimes that transition is awkward and clunky and weird and messy. And so I've been doing this thing that helps me realize and signal that it is pre-dinner time. And so what I do is I fill the house up with scent. This is incense right here. This is incense. So this is not champa. It is incense, and it smells like a sweet, earthy honey. And it has a really, when you burn it, it has a beautiful, like, just rich aroma, and it will really kind of fill the house. So one of these, some people really don't like incense, but I love it. So one of these will fill the whole house up with a really gorgeous scent. And then what I do is for my pre-dinner party, I also put on music. So we have a specific playlist called Family in the Kitchen. I think Ted made that one, but the playlist that I've been going to is recent Disney music. Oh gosh. So I've been listening to a lot of Encanto, but it's a playlist of popular Disney songs, and I don't know, I've just been enjoying it. So one of the songs is We Don't Talk About Bruno from Encanto, and it goes, we don't talk about Bruno, oh, oh, oh. And my little boys, they were like, they didn't like that it constantly had this play on the word no, so they said, we do talk about Bruno, yes, 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 yes. And that made me laugh, and we have little dance moves for certain songs, and it really kind of helps me get into the headspace where I'm like starting dinner and I'm like picking up and doing that routine, which is very routine for me, but it's nice to have something that kind of signals that transition and helps me kick off the evening essentially. So yeah, that's been wonderful. And the final thing is, again, a little bit of an explanation. So I didn't quite realize this until more recently, but I have a difficult time with time. I have difficulty grasping time sometimes. My time sometimes starts to bleed together, and days are difficult to differentiate. I think this kind of happened during the pandemic, and it's just been a bit of a struggle since then, being like, is today Tuesday or is today Thursday? I mean, seriously, they all sort of seem like they're the same day, weirdly, or it seems like I have the same things to do every week and I don't really know how to slot that into a time. And so my husband very much encouraged me to start using a calendar. And so I am using just the calendar on my computer. So it's probably the Apple calendar. And I don't look at it every day and I don't fill it out every day. But what it helps me do is when I sit down, it helps me visualize time and what I need to get done in any given time slot if it's calendared out that way. So some days I have like my whole day kind of a time slot. Every time slot is filled because I have a lot of things that I want to accomplish that day. And then there are days where I don't have a lot on the calendar. And that's been wonderful just to help manage like my life. I know this sounds silly saying it out loud, but it has been so helpful. Even sitting down once every couple of days and looking at my calendar and seeing what I have going on and putting together that, like, you know, my oldest son's play date is the same day as my youngest son's dental appointment, and putting that all together and being able to visualize my plans has been really, really wonderful. Now, has it transferred over to remembering every single buddy read that I've signed up for? No. So I do need help remembering that. But overall, for life, it has been wonderful and very helpful. The final thing cheering me up right now, the final thing, y'all ready? Okay, I am a part of a secret event that has yet to be announced. And this event is going to basically take over Booktube, all right? And on Monday, you have to come back Monday. You have to come back to Booktube on Monday. And there, I'm pretty sure you will see like a whole bunch of announcement videos for this event. And if I could give you a hint, I'm gonna say that it has to do with trash. I think that's the only hint I'm going to give you. And yes, I am a part of this event. So hopefully I've enticed you to come back next week on Monday, either to my channel or to the internet at large on Booktube, and sort of look for this very special, very garbagey event that's gonna happen forthcoming. All right, okay, so all that's left to do is to tag people. So I'm going to tag 6 wonderful people, and I would really strongly encourage you all to check them out. So the first person is Fraser Simon of Fraser Simon's Springboard Thought. The next is Anne with a Book, the Karina Chronicles, Gloria Z Thompson, Gem of Books, and Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. So you all are tagged. I am very curious as to what is cheering you up right now. I would love to know. And yeah, that's it for me. So thank you so much for being here. Oh, and wait, actually, if you made it to the end of this video, I am trying to vlog a little bit more. And I was wondering if, when I used to vlog a couple of months ago, I would just vlog the whole day and then sort of edit it together and it would be a single day. But this, I'm doing a little bit of a slower pace, and it is spread out over a couple of different days, which has been working for me. But I always want to know like how it worked for you, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. And that feedback is always just really, really wonderful for me. So if you made it this far, I would love to hear your feedback on this style of video and whether you liked it or not. But anyhow, that is it for me. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.